birthday greetings being passed along, apparently, to the superstar. And he, of course, the national heavyweight champion, Mike Jackson, and Josh Stroud going up against the superstar and the Super Destroyer.
And I want to make sure that Tommy Rich is watching this match because he's going to get an illustration of what's in store for him.
All right, comments from the superstar. Let's turn it back to the ring now. This is our an Australian tag team match, I might add. One fall with television time remaining during this hour. Referee Nick Patrick making sure that everybody understands. Stroud, extremely powerful young man, has those big, powerful football legs, excellent muscular definition and conformation in the upper body. Jackson, who knows when he steps in the ring that he's giving away anywhere from 30 to 70 pounds, but exceptionally fast, and one of the cleverest wrestlers I've ever seen.
Absolutely, and you got to give him credit just for the intestinal fortitude that he's got week after week. You know what it takes to get in there against a mad superstar, 280 pounds, a vicious man, against the Super Destroyer with a superplex. This just takes guts to step in the ring, let alone give them competition.
Stroud moving out now. He's in the powder blue trunks and circles his man, the superstar. Closes in once again, collar and elbow, has him back into the ring ropes. Short, vicious forearm under the rib cage. On the break, and Stroud not backing up at all.
No, very, 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 very intense. You notice the intensity on this young fella. I like the way he backed the superstar up. He showed him right immediately that he wasn't afraid. But look at superstar. He knew the thing to do was get the upper hand again immediately to psych him out, and that's just what he did for a while.
Good high waist lift takedown, and from a side chancery, and Stroud broke away from it very, very nicely, very handily, and the superstar now back to the corner to study this man, perhaps. He'll allow Super Destroyer out there to watch Stroud. He'll be watching Stroud carefully now to see. And Stroud, he is finding, is a very, very elusive individual. Very quick, very agile, but especially elusive.
Absolutely, Mr. Soley. You're right. What it is great weight distribution. When the Super Destroyer was on his back, he knew when just to back out, which put all 280 pounds of Super Destroyer over his head. That's clever wrestling. That's good technique. Super Destroyer going for a leg. Still a nice takedown, but you notice the weight. Still can't overcome that weight. Can't overcome the strength of the Super Destroyer. Very nice. But he's trying. Look at him fight. Ooh.
Excellent counter on the part of Stroud, but an even better counter on the part of the Super Destroyer. Now he makes the tag, and it is Superstar back in there into a snapmare. Caught Stroud before Stroud had a chance to get his bearings. Now has him in a rear chin lock. And then again, we get back to the situation of human chess at its very finest. It becomes very, very cerebral at this point, and that's exactly what it has done.
Yes, I agree. It's become cerebral, but you notice how the superstar has gained control, how he is out-wrestling him, not only out-wrestling, knows when to tag. You see, tremendous combination, these two fellas, and that's what makes him such a great single wrestler, is he knows psychology, Mr. Soley. Of course, I don't have to tell you that, because you know exactly what I'm saying is correct, because you know, Mr. Soley.
All right, the tag is made, and Mike Jackson moves in. And the Super Destroyer, knowing of Jackson's reputation, backed off very quickly, allowed himself to get himself set. And Jackson takes the initiative here, goes to the hip lock takedown, has the side headlock. Wide stance off of one knee, now back on his feet. And so the Super Destroyer at a disadvantage here. Jackson keeping the pressure on him. Super Destroyer brings it back off the rope. Powers him off. Jackson up and over. His man caught him. Stinging right to the top of the head.
Beautiful move by Jackson. This is the difference where that other fellow was trying to outpower and match these two beasts muscle for muscle. Jackson is using his head, and Jackson is dodging around. They tried to go for the slam Super Destroyer. Jackson right back down, agile as can be on his feet. It's tremendous wrestling. It's truly. Now, here's two men, both with their master's degree, if I'm not mistaken. You see, whoa, what a move.
Power there on the Superstar's part, and you're right. Both men do have master's degree, both in education, and now Stroud moves out back once again. And Stroud's had a brief respite outside the ring.
But you noticed, did you see the power the Superstar had in kicking out? Yes, Jackson did outsmart him there for a second, but pure power. Jackson must have flew 4 or 5 feet, Mr. Soley.
Crowd keeps the pressure now with the side headlock, and time continues to run out on all four of these great athletes. One fall TV time remaining in this hour of Georgia Championship Wrestling. Super Destroyer now makes the tag.
There you go. I was just going to say, they've got to get in there now and take over on this fellow. They've got them worn down. They've let them try what they think they know, and it didn't work. Now they've got to... Oh! They're still thinking, what a good tag team, Mr. Jackson.
Mike Jackson in there. Beautiful drop kick on the Super Destroyer. Superstar charge, and Jackson caught him. Jackson up with another one, but that time it was the Super Destroyer whipping those legs aside and punishing Jackson now, as Jackson had an aerial attack going that was very effective. But the size, the weight, and the power of the Super Destroyer and the Superstar catching up here, and it gets Jackson coming off the ropes. Count of three. The count of three on Mike Jackson. And may I just say, obviously, the Superstar and the Super Destroyer just overwhelming their two opponents. I might point out, however, that certainly Jackson and Stroud acquitted themselves extremely well. Bad Leroy